I'm Leslie.
And I'm Shelly.
And we're Sisters in Ebert. Welcome back for another Movie Monday.
Woo-wee! Get out the clubs.
This week we're going to the golf course on Caddyshack.
Caddyshack!
Please excuse me in advance. I have a cough.
She is really...
We'll be taking some breaks.
She's a little juicy.
Well, we're going to Bushwood Country Club.
Yes, that we are. Such an 80s thing, I feel.
Bushwood Country Club. Well, that was a Lampoon's thing.
Yeah, true. Oh, hello.
Hello. Hey,
our co-star has arrived. Hello, Mr. Zorro.
This movie opens up to the golf course and dancing gopher.
Wait, time out.
Okay.
Summer movies, correct?
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
For
yes.
sure. Sorry, yes.
Remember this.
So this is subject to our squirrel rating, which if you haven't seen our other videos, we would watch our movies directly in front of... I'm getting a tail.
Oh.
Directly in front of a glass sliding door to our wooded backyard. There'd be many squirrels eating, gathering, doing all kinds of things.
All sorts of fun things. So if a movie got boring, there was always another show to be watching.
Yes. the squirrel show. So
we get this. So if it gets a high squirrel rating, that means we were not interested in this movie.
But if it gets a low squirrel rating, that means
that's a good movie.
Yeah. So that's how the squirrel rating works. So this will be subject to the squirrel rating. Please excuse me, I don't normally take a sip, but my voice is, I know, it's already giving out. Not a good omen.
This is a great start. We're like a minute and a half in. Zorro's just rubbing his bottom all over us. Here we go.
Okay. So...
We
open up to the golf course and dancing gopher. There's a mom waking up approximately 12 kids in a duplex.
Just, a dozen kids. All trying to use one bathroom, it seems.
I know, sorry. He's very aggressive today.
Lovey.
The dad doesn't recognize the one kid, his nephew. So at least one is a nephew.
Yeah, I don't know why they're all just...
This looks like it's summer vacation.
It does. It seems like summertime.
Yeah, because the oldest is Danny, and he's leaving for his caddy job. But he's a high school senior, I think.
Yeah, because he's trying to get a scholarship.
Yeah, so this would be like a summer job.
Yes.
A caddy job. At the golf course. He gets $30 an hour plus tips, which...
Back then.
That's bad.
Woo!
Yeah.
Now that would be like... Yes,
I watched a video today. We go to the Jersey Shore a lot, and I watched a video today on like the tram cars in the off season. They get paid $15 an hour to drive the tram car. Like I would do that for. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of people. That's maneuver around though.
Yeah. But so that's getting 15, and you're maneuvering a heavy vehicle.
Yes. I would imagine this was a hard job.
Yeah. Because they didn't have golf carts then. They say that later on in the movie. They didn't have golf carts, so the caddy is literally lugging around the carts or the clubs the entire time.
Multiple people a day.
Yep.
It's a busy country club.
Yep. So the dad tells them to put it all in the college fund, and he only put $10 in. He had 4 to 5 Cokes at lunch. A lot. So he's caddying for Ty Webb, who is Chevy Chase. And you... Ty's first question, you take drugs, Danny? Oh yeah, every day. Good. He's talking about the placement test, and he told Danny he'd be he on the placement test that he'd be an underachiever. Which we don't really know Ty's story.
No, we're given no backstory at this point, so we're just hearing him kind of rambling on.
He's like the younger of the golfers, and he's very like slick and just like not slick, but like very like mid like Eastern like he's very into like Buddha Buddhist stuff. Very Eastern,
practicing
like Tai Chi type stuff, and
he's just a very nonchalant kind of guy. Like he's doing everything so casually.
Yeah, like I want to call him a hippie, but he's not.
Yeah,
like he's not. Like
so, like a new age.
Yeah, new age.
Thing.
That's a good. Yeah. So Danny has to go to college. Ty says, "No, you don't. This isn't Russia. Is this Russia?" And he said, "No, this isn't Russia." Danny said that college is $8,000 a year, and Ty said he loaned him $250 yesterday and can't foot the bill for everything. So, Danny is going to wind up working in the lumberyard, he says, and Ty wants to know what's wrong with lumberyards, and Danny feels that Ty hasn't spent much time there, and Ty doesn't know where they are.
Yeah, it seems like that's the only job in that town. Like, lumberyard is what everybody in that town does.
So Ty shows Danny how to golf blindfolded. Mm-hmm. And he does this whole
what's the $1 Million Man thing? That's the noise.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I forget what it's called. $8 Million Man? Something like that.
Oh, the $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man?
Yeah. $10 Million Man.
I don't know. There's a number.
There was an old show before our time.
And that's the noise that
there was a multi-million-dollar man.
some millionaire was making this noise. We're going to get a lecture from Dad.
We are so going to get a lecture from Dad. Okay.
Keep going.
So Ted Knight arrives and notices the gopher on the greens.
The gopher.
Yeah. Ted Knight, who I knew from Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We used to watch that on Nick at Night.
Yep. And Carl is the greenskeeper, who is
Bill
Murray. Yeah, I almost said William Murray. He has a golf line now, William Murray Golf. Watching old lady golfers pervertedly.
Yes.
It's always the old ladies that Carl the groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, watch over. Yeah.
He's like muttering to himself. And he just looks so sweaty and just like
unshaven and just dirty.
Yeah. And you wonder why they keep him around.
Yeah. So the Scottish manager tells Carl to kill every gopher he sees, and Carl mistakes it for golfers.
If you kill every golfer, I'm not going to have anybody here to...
He says, well, sir, if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
The gophers!
Gophers! So the manager clarifies it's gophers to Carl's relief, and they don't even need a reason to do that. They could just, we don't even need a reason to kill gophers. They cut to the rowdy Caddyshack, where we have yet another Murray brother in charge.
So rowdy.
Yes. These kids are just off the hook.
They're animals.
They were. And it was Doyle Murphy. What's his first? Oh, I'm gonna get a lecture on this too. Yeah, is it Frank Doyle Murphy? I feel like it's Frank.
Bill Murray's brother.
Yep, it's his older brother. Carl has a caddy corner, telling him how he caddied for the Dalai Lama once, who is going to stiff him for a tip at the end. And he said, well, you'll get nothing on earth, but on your deathbed, you'll receive total consciousness from the Lama. So, he's got that coming, which is nice.
I got that coming.
Yeah. I said, Lama, how about, something for the effort, something for the cause, Hey, Lama. When she's caddying for the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
So another caddy complains that the price was raised to 50 cents for a bottle of Coke.
Mm-hmm.
A bottle, not a can.
Yeah.
Which I get, that was a big deal then, but now I would love 50 cents.
Let's stock up.
Yeah. Caddy rules are no fighting, no spitting, no drinking, no gambling, and no bare feet.
Which no one seems to be adhering to.
No, they are just maniacs, like Shelley said. They're animals. Mm-hmm. Noonan, who is Danny Noonan, and Tony, try to fight, and they break the gumball machine, and all the kids come and steal the gum in seconds flat.
Yeah.
It's just it falls over cracks, and all these little caddies just...
Yeah, they're so young.
Yeah, there's 10-year-old caddies and stuff. It's crazy. The caddy scholarship is available this year. Something happened. I think the kid who got it the past couple of years had a nervous breakdown or something.
Yeah, they said something. He wasn't using it anymore.
So, to go see Judge Smales and Brown Nose. Are you saying the Brown Nose? That would help.
He's a big shot at the club. What is he, though? I don't even...
He's just one of the big spenders, I think. And I think he might be part,
on the board or whatever.
Something. Judge Smales is the Ted Knight character.
Mm-hmm.
So, Judge Smales' grandson, Spalding, is playing golf that day. And Smales wants to play with Ty, who tells him not to sell himself short. Or he's like, I'm no slouch. And he's like, no, don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch. Ty doesn't want to play with the judge. He doesn't like the judge.
Which rightfully so.
Yeah.
He's a crotchety old man.
Ronnie Dangerfield arrives with Wang, his assistant.
Don't let him know you're Jewish or something like
Yeah,
that.
he's obviously like...
like, this is a nice place. Don't let him know.
He's obviously of Asian descent, and he says, don't let him know you're Jewish. They want you. Yeah, it tells him not to say he's Jewish. It's a restricted club. And then he goes into like the outfitter shop and sees the outfit on the mannequin and said that should come with a free bowl of soup. And Judge Smales is already wearing the outfit like right next to the mannequin. Oh, but it looks good on you though.
With that whole scene, I think he improvised.
He's hysterical. Yeah, I think he improvised almost all of his. Yeah.
Well, it's also like I remember because Harold Ramis directed.
Yes.
And he said that they would say action, and he would just stand there, and they're like, "Oh, he wasn't ready. Let's try again." Like this first scene, like they filmed first with him, and then they were like action, and he didn't go. He's like, "Ronnie, this is when you start," and he's like, "Oh, you want me to do my bit now?"
Oh, you want me to do my bit?
And so then from then on, they had to say action, Ronnie, do your bit, and then he would do it for all of us.
That's hysterical. Well, I know they had like no budget to do this and no time to do this. I remember watching a special about it a couple years. I should have rewatched the special before we did this too, but they had like nothing to do on this movie, and this was like kind of a last ditch effort for Harold Ramis to like to get something under his belt. You know, like a completed movie under his belt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was, like, a big deal.
Well, and they changed it because it was originally supposed to be, like, a coming-of-age about caddies.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, we have these big stars. Let's focus on them instead. So then the guy who plays Tony the caddy, he was, like, all peeved because his part got cut a lot. So, like, he was a little perturbed then.
Gotcha. So, Noonan calls caddying for Judge Smales because he wants to brown nose and suck up. He wants that caddy scholarship. Lacey Underwall is Judge Smales' niece, and she is sent for the summer. Rodney Dangerfield's under Smales' skin right away with his high-tech golf bag, and the small caddy has trouble carrying it. And they have, like, a dance party on the green. Like, he's got, like, a speaker built into his bag. It's, like, this huge, like, everything's just, like, popping.
So over the top.
He's new money, so everything is just high tech and high, like, you know, like top of the top.
He's
the
buying everything. Yeah.
Tipping like crazy, you know, crazy. Noonan sucks up for the scholarship with the judge, who tells him the world needs ditch diggers too. And I remember Dad telling us that.
But it was like endearing when Dad said it, because it would be like, everybody is important kind of thing. Like he was always he's like, remember that line from Caddyshack?
Yeah, he's like, respect everybody, but like, yeah.
I think our camera's shaking because the cat.
I'm
by
sorry.
The way,
yeah, if you see,
feel
Zorro, stop it.
Zorro,
if you screw up this,
we're not restarting.
I know.
We're just picking up, and we're gonna continue on. So get ready.
Interference.
Here we go.
Okay. So, Spalding, they get to the midpoint of the course, and there's, like, a snack stand, and, Noonan's sucking up to every... Oh, okay, here, I skipped a couple things, I'm sorry. So, Carl goes after the gopher with water and destroys the course. Rodney Dangerfield's character is the owner of Cervic Condominiums. Who's building condominiums like right next door to the golf course.
You can see them under construction.
Yes. So he's a big wig, and like Judge Smales is like trying to get him kicked off the course, and they won't because he's spending a lot of money. Noonan's sucking up to everyone and striking out for scholarships with everybody. And then Spalding, they get to this midpoint for lunch. Spalding wants a hamburger, a cheeseburger, and a hot dog, a milkshake, potato chips. You'll get nothing and like it. Which we've been told that on more than
you'll get nothing and like it.
I said that to my older kids a couple times too, like when they were littler and they were just
I said
that to my son too. Cameron. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, you'll get nothing and like it when they keep asking for 800 things at once. Noonan is dating the snack bar girl, and Smales throws the putter after he gets like irritated and hits a woman. Noonan takes the blame, and now Smales he's on Smales' radar now because he
likes him now because he covers him.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful about that. Yeah. It's like he threw it like right in the middle of where people were eating. Like it was like a table, like a glass table, right?
He like temper tantrumed it out.
Yeah. He gets tipped $25 for the trouble after lugging that darn dagger on the whole course.
Yeah. So
Smales is tight too, on top of being feisty.
Can't be both. Nobody in the world will like you.
Yes, that's true. If you're gonna be feisty, you gotta be loose with the cash, and if you if you're not gonna tip well, you gotta at least be nice. So Noonan is also a busboy in the club part. He likes Lacey, Judge Smales' niece.
Everybody likes
Lacey. She's not scantily clad, but she is very dress revealing.
She's hot to trot.
Hot to trot, yes. Rodney Dangerfield's ticking everybody off, including the chef, because he's just putting his own, like, he doesn't like the food, he's asking for all these things that aren't on the menu. Carl is continuing his gopher quest, and Lacey decides she likes Ty, but she has a reputation of being loose.
Yeah, like, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Which I the whole time trying to figure out, how old is this girl? Is she a teenager?
She looks
Is
old.
She in college? I was so confused because she, like, the young guys are going after her, the older guys are going after her.
She looks at least college age.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Like where she could be done with college.
Yeah, but the 80s are so deceptive. We have no idea what's happening.
Now, the actress who played her recently passed away.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, it was like some like very not questionable circumstance. It was a little weird though. I don't remember all the comings and goings of it.
Wow.
It was a couple months ago. Al Cervic, who is Rodney Dangerfield, has one-liners the whole time, and he's so great. He's so great. I love him so much.
I found myself being very annoyed by him.
This girl right here. You can't take her anywhere. She doesn't know comedy.
I don't know nothing. But the whole time I was just like, just please stop. Like, it was like too long. It went on for me. Sorry.
They needed to get their money's worth, so.
I know.
Lacey likes skinny skiing and bullfights on acid. And she's hanging out with Ty, saying all these things. Spalding is sneaking booze and gets trashed off of everybody's like leftover drinks on the table.
Yeah.
Which Spalding is very tall, but he's supposed to be young, I get. Like, he's supposed to be like 16, 17.
Yeah, he's definitely a teenager of sorts, but...
He pukes in a sunroof that like this car parked right out, and
yeah, like it seemed like valet brought it around. And then they get into it.
Carl is again perving on old ladies. In the dark this time. Just... Ty is musing on the choruses with his na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, he's like saying all these like, you know, his little philosophies on golf and life. And they get the tiniest, yeah, you're right, I didn't write it down, but they do get into the car afterwards. They're having a caddy tournament, and it's the tiniest trophy ever for the caddy tournament. Noonan is playing to impress Smales for the caddy scholarship, and Noonan wins. And he hooks up with Maggie afterwards, which is the snack bar girl.
Yeah, which apparently she was supposed to be a foreign exchange student, and they cut that line out. So she's got this mystery accent the whole time.
Yeah, Irish accent the whole time.
Yeah, so like, yeah, they were going to explain that further, but they didn't.
But they didn't. Okay. Well, we just assume, I guess, she's Irish Catholic. And
yeah, she's
something.
Got an accent.
Yep. Okay. So Tony is spying on them hooking up in this. I don't even know where they are.
I was so confused where half of this movie took place.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they're on the golf course and there's mystery
because they went directly
and...
from this golf course to like this furnished house, and I don't know whose house because it wasn't Noonan's house. We saw that at the beginning.
I mean, maybe it would have been explained that this was like foreign exchange student housing or
something.
Oh,
that could be. Yeah.
But yeah, he's like. Peeping through the window, like,
and they're like jumping up, like trying to, like, it's so gross.
Yeah, it's really gross.
So the next scene is caddy day at the pool. Caddies are welcome from 1 to 1:15 p.m. And they all jump in fully clothed.
Yeah, and they're bringing their rowdiness to the pool, and all the members are so cranky about it.
Yeah, they're synchronized swimming, the caddies, and they're really making the most of their 15 minutes. They toss in the lifeguard stand. They're fighting over a candy bar that winds up in the pool. Duty! I said the boob quota was met in the pool. For
Oh my gosh, yeah. They're all going in there naked.
They're either completely topless or they're wearing like a white t-shirt with nothing on underneath it.
Even the guys are like, yeah, there's not much to the imagination in this scene.
No, because it's all the early 80s shorty shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One guy even had just like a jock on. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So, the duty was then discovered.
Duty!
And everybody exits the pool because they think it's a piece of duty. And Carl is cleaning it in a hazmat suit, finds it, eats it.
It's okay.
It's no big deal. Yeah, it's a Baby Ruth bar.
Which, even if it was just candy, it's been in that gross chlorine pool. Like, imagine the sogginess. Gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Lacey goes to Ty's house afterwards, and he has many uncashed checks. And he's just like, yo, these checks aren't cashed. Oh, you want one? Right.
Yeah, like from the tournaments he wins and stuff.
He's repurposing a half-drunk beer into like...
Oh, yeah, because he was like middle of the drink when she showed up. And then, like, he's pouring it into the bottle and then fakes like he's popping the cap off.
It's so gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. And, like, he's so well off. Like, why are you doing...
Well, he's not that well off because he's not cashing his checks.
I guess.
Maybe if you did, you could afford a second beer for a lady caller in the evening.
He's playing an electric organ for some reason. Yeah. So, the next day we're at the yacht club. To christen the sleuth, which is Judge Smales' sleuth. And Noonan is dressed the same as Smales. So he's really sucking up hardcore.
Yeah, it's like over the top sailor outfit. Like jacket and cap. Like he looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
They both look ridiculous.
Yes, because obviously he's not from money and he's trying to pretend he's from money.
And like, an old man can get away with that.
Yeah.
A young man, you just look
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Noonan hooks up with Lacey, or he tries to. They christen the ship the Flying Wasp, and as they break the champagne over it, it breaks the sail part of the ship right off. And they want to glue it back together. Do they have a glue? Cervix shows up on a huge speedboat.
Here comes Ronnie Dangerfield to annoy me once again. I felt like this part went on way too long. Just rocking around in this boat.
And he drops anchor on directly onto Smales' boat, so it sinks the boat then. Noonan does hook up with Lacey in Judge Smales' bed. And Mrs. Smales likes Noonan because he's trying to escape when they come home prematurely. And Judge Smales is coming up, so he tries to exit through like a Jack and Jill like bathroom. And Mrs. Smales is in there showering, and she pokes her head out. She's like, oh. Like, she was totally fine with it. And then, so Judge Smales is losing his ever-loving mind.
Rightfully so.
A storm comes at Bushwood. Like a thunderstorm. Carl is out being the Cinderella boy, hitting mums, I guess. Just hitting flowers, whacking flowers with the golf club. And the bishop comes and he wants to fit in 9 holes before the rain. And he has Carl caddy for him in a downpour. He's like, do you think we have time for this? The heavy stuff won't come down for some time.
I don't think the heavy stuff's coming down for a while.
It's like pouring. And we all know the best place to be during a thunderstorm is
in the middle of the golf course holding a club.
Yes.
That's perfect.
So the bishop keeps playing because he's having the best game of his life. And he ends up getting struck by lightning at the last hole. Carl runs away.
Leaves him.
Runs away. And the bishop, because he missed the last hole, and Bishop's last words before he got struck were, rat farts! So, yeah.
Which, going back to the Cinderella story part, that was all improvised.
Oh, I know.
Like, completely. He just asked for the 3 rows of flowers, and that was all
he wanted to wax some flowers. Just the Cinderella boy.
Cinderella story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in the hole. It's in the hole. Noonan is in trouble, and Maggie is too, because she's late. Look at that. You're right on time. Not that kind of being late. The not being pregnant type of being late.
Yeah, which this was also a confusing relationship. Because they seem like they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but then he's hooking up with Lacey, no problem.
And it seemed like a week later.
Yeah, this was a quick timeline.
Not even, like 2 days. Like,
wasn't necessarily the first time they hooked
up.
True.
That's true. That's true. They looked pretty.
They were
chummy.
Yeah, they had a.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I'll allow it.
We'll allow it. We'll allow this timeline to pass.
So Noonan offers to marry Maggie, and Judge Smales calls him to the office. He doesn't want Danny talking about Lacey's behavior. So Maggie doesn't want to get married, and Judge Smales doesn't want Danny talking about Lacey's behavior because he realizes, hey, this is Lacey.
This is Lacey's fault.
Yeah. And I can be mad at him all I want, but she's the common denominator in all this. Smales tells Noonan that he won the scholarship, so Noonan can relax. Yeah,
coming up roses now.
And the bishop is still alive and drunk at the bar. Smales is appalled that Cervic doesn't respect Bushwood. And Maggie is jumping for joy at night in a nightgown on a course because she's not pregnant.
She's frolicking through the golf course, which that exchange student housing must be right there.
It must be.
Why are you at the golf course?
In your nightgown.
In your nightgown.
In your old lady nightgown.
Yeah, she looked old. Yeah. For this part.
It was a terrible haircut. It was a terrible.
It wasn't. Yeah.
She'd be a pretty girl if they were so dirty.
Yeah.
So Cervic beats Judge Smale, or he bets Judge Smales $20,000 in a round of golf. Ty raises it to $40,000.
Yeah.
That he will beat Smales the next day. And so all three of them are having this, like, it's like that Spider-Man meme where all
they're just going round and round betting each other.
Yeah, so they're betting each other. So Ty raises it to $40,000. Carl is prepping gopher explosives back at his little bunker on the golf course as the gopher watches through the windows, appalled. The gopher starts to have a personality.
Oh, the gopher.
Ty is nervous, and he is playing golf to practice, and he ends up knocking the ball into Carl's place, and he has to play it through. Can't find it at first.
Yeah, which Carl lives at the golf course.
But it's like in a shed on the golf course.
Yeah, a shed in the golf course. There's all sorts of equipment around. There's just like a couch, isn't there? Like a low bed, just a couch.
Yeah. Or maybe a futon.
Yeah.
But Carl says that people think he's an idiot because he cuts grass for a living. Ty says, no, they don't, as far as you know.
Yeah, Ty's just trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
Carl just...
Because he's pretty creeped out, but he's even in there.
He's just chumming it up with him.
Yeah.
Which, like, since they had a big feud during SNL times.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they were nervous that they weren't going to do the scene together, but they did it no problem. Like, there was no bad blood. There was no bad blood on the set, but there was like a common thought that like they would have.
What was the thinking with the SNL? Was that Bill Murray took Chevy Chase to Spot or something?
I don't know. I don't know the backstory.
Because Chevy wasn't a cast member, was he? He was just a guest star. Oh, he was a guest. Okay, all right. I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I watched the early seasons.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
Okay,
because he did like the Amigos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that was his
shtick.
Recurring thing.
Yeah. Okay. So something happened with SNL.
Yeah, something. So they had a feud, but so they didn't know how they would get along on set.
You wonder though if it was really like a feud, or if it was kind of blown out of proportion.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were mature enough to get over it to do this. Well, all of Bill Murray's scenes were filmed in like 6 days. Like,
yeah,
he was
that's
not
what he said.
On set
he was not on set. I heard that too. Like he was brought in at the last minute, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to spice it up a little.
Mm-hmm. So let's see.
So he's in.
Yeah. So Danny is gonna caddy for Smales the next day. Ty versus Cervic versus Smales. Cervic. I wrote his name 3 different ways on this. So. Rodney versus Smales. $20,000 each. The elder Murray brother wants to make sure that he won't get fired no matter what. Ty is disappointed that Danny isn't his caddy. And Carl is planting explosives simultaneously all over the golf course. So Smales is cheating. The kangaroo gopher steals Sursik's ball. He's like, that kangaroo stole my ball. Ty is messing with Smales. And the caddies have a side bet going at Spalding. Spalding picks his nose. $50. $50 he picks his nose. No, he's not gonna. Yeah. Okay. And then he's like, 50 more he eats it. No, kid, don't do it. No. Okay. That kid will eat anything. Yeah, and he ate it. Smales and Sursik doubles to $40,000 each now. Mm-hmm. So like
this is big
high stakes
money.
Yeah. What was this? 1981 or something like that?
Yeah, it's
this
early.
This is big money.
Yeah, this is a current year's salary.
Yeah.
Like, that's a decent salary. Decent. Not something to write home about, but
maybe
decent.
A starting salary.
Listen, there are a lot of people who will be very happy to have 40,000. There are a lot of people who don't make that. Don't scoff at it.
Okay, I'm not. I think that's a little low.
It is low still, but think about that now. Like,
okay, it's not a median salary though, let's be clear. Danny tells Ty that Smales is cheating, and Ty says no one likes a tattletale except for him. No one likes a tattletale except for me. Ty and Servik pick Danny to fill in for Servik when he breaks his arm. He broke his arm somehow. Like,
so random.
Yeah, well, he wanted to get out of it. He started panicking, I think. So he's out of the scholarship now, Danny. Smales has like made it very clear if he takes over, he's done. They're all tied up at the final hole. And I said I just realized at this point that the doctor was playing too in this. Because like nobody cares about the
Yeah. Weren't they playing on teams? Wasn't it like the doctor?
Maybe, but I just noticed
it was like
at
Ty
that point,
and Rodney.
It took me to the final hole to realize.
Yeah, I think they were a team.
Yeah.
Team going, so that's why they wanted him to still. They needed.
No, I thought it was Smales and the doctor.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You said Rodney.
No, Ty and Rodney.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Smales hits his last putt and he sinks it, and Ty is taking his time and he misses the shot.
Is that the we're waiting?
We're waiting. Yeah, exactly. No, I think this is.
It comes later.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, it's later.
Sorry.
Noonan goes and he takes his time. Servik says double or nothing, he makes it to Danny. So that'll be $80,000. And now Smales says, well, we're waiting. Noonan's ball stops at the edge of the hole and Carl detonates the dynamite at the same time. The elder Murray is still watching the ball as the explosion causes it to go into the hole. So he makes the shot. Everyone celebrates, and there's giant gaping holes in the course now because of these explosives going off.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
Yeah. Judge doesn't want to pay, and the gopher dancing ends the movie. And Servik says, hey, everyone, we're all going to get laid. And I know my... Da, 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 da. And that's how the movie ends.
Oh. Hello.
That kangaroo tried to take your ball.
Yeah, kangaroo. Hi. Okay.
I think we know how she feels about it.
I don't know how to say it because I think Dad's going to rip me out of the will.
You're going to get crucified.
Dad's going to rip me out of the will on this one.
Good. Let us hear your thoughts.
I didn't love it. I was annoyed through most of it. There were parts I enjoyed, yes. I enjoyed Chevy Chase. I enjoyed Bill Murray. And the rest, I was... I'm sorry.
We can't take it anywhere.
The caddies just annoyed me.
You uncultured swan.
The gopher felt so over the top.
Well, the gopher was over the top.
And out of place, which it was added later.
Yeah, it is out of place.
To help piece the story together, which I think it did the opposite.
Michelle, Harold Ramis is already dead. You don't need to rip him a new... Go easy on him.
Sorry!
Go easy on
I
it.
wanted to like it. I was excited to rewatch it because I think I had a fairly high squirrel rating because there were a lot of adult parts
Themes to this movie
that I felt uncomfortable by. And I remember looking out the window whenever there was
adult themes.
80s themes that come up quite often in these movies. So, like, there's parts I remember being like, oh, but this time around, it didn't get better.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
See, I love this movie. I have always loved it. I love the lines. I love Rodney Dangerfield in it. He is brilliant. You don't know what's good.
I don't know. It's just Rodney Dangerfield. He's like that all the time. Like, it's just him. But I just felt like it was too much.
You just felt like he didn't fit into a movie?
Yeah.
Is that kind of it?
Yeah, because it was the same as his stand-up.
Well, we'll be hitting other Rodney movies down the line.
Yes.
So maybe we can see how those feel.
Because
he was kind of added in the last hour,
yeah, because they wanted to get another name in.
So maybe that's why, because you felt forced in this one.
All of it felt a little forced to me. It was all mashed together. Like, we're just trying to put in every piece of comedy we can.
That's how it is. It's like, it's just all these people's stories kind of...
I know, but I think it's because they abandoned their original storyline,
okay.
So they lost their plot.
Okay, maybe. I loved it,
but I do love the lines. There's so many good lines.
There's so many good lines,
which we use quite frequently still.
Yeah.
But
I think the first time I watched it, I would give it like a 10 squirrel rating, and again, just because of the adult themes.
Yeah,
but this
it
time
was probably 10.
I don't have any squirrels.
I think I'm at an 8
currently or past. What was your past squirrel?
I think a 10 originally.
Okay, so
because there was some like I probably enjoyed the gopher when I was younger.
Yeah,
I felt like it was probably like that's so cute. Being,
would.
Like a preteen girl. Like,
you'd want a plush of the gopher.
I would. I enjoy plush. But then also I like the duty part. I remember that clearly.
Yeah,
like,
duty.
And then anytime we were in a pool from then on, we shouted
duty.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I feel like Dad had showed us that scene before.
Yeah,
we
he did. Like,
too.
he would show us piecemeal scenes.
Yeah, of any of his favorite movies.
Yeah.
So we had prior knowledge coming into this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't get Ty. I was like, eh.
I think...
He wasn't he wasn't dislikable, but he wasn't really likable either.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And, like, the girl who played Lacey, like, she didn't like working with Chevy Chase because he improvised so much and she felt like she couldn't...
one of those.
Yeah, like, she felt like she couldn't play her part because she didn't know how to go off him. So that kind of felt awkward, too.
I get a little irritated when I hear about things like that because I'm like, let the people do their work.
If you aren't good enough to do their
because I
your
heard
job
that
with
in
this.
4 Christmases, Reese Witherspoon didn't like working with Vince Vaughn because he improvised too much.
I would imagine it's hard if you're not the type of person who can do that.
I get, but like,
but you know how good they are.
Exactly,
so
like, or you think like maybe loosen up a little and just kind of go with it.
Yeah, if you're good enough.
Yes, that's
to
just
be in this role, you could.
That's just it.
You can buck up a little.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Any fun facts?
I think I threw out my facts that I knew as we went. I can't think of anything additional.
Well, thank goodness this movie got made, or we might not have had Ghostbusters. We might not have had any number.
Yeah, this kicked off a lot. So this. Yeah.
The vacation movies. We wouldn't have had any of that. So.
Yeah. So
thank goodness.
It was for the best.
Yes.
I think I don't understand why it's such a cult classic.
Like, it's hysterical. Sorry, I'm dying.
It's a lung, why don't you? Ugh, on the set.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for joining us, though.
It's Sisters and Ebert,
where we always agree and we never cough loudly on camera.
And we never. If this movie has been tilted the entire time, I apologize if our cat did any harm at the beginning.
And I'd like to formally apologize to Dad for disagreeing about this movie.
Can't figure out now. Dad, pay attention to what she says. Remember that in the will.
I love you, Papa.
Remember who your good daughter is. Please like, follow us, and subscribe. We are on social media at Facebook and Instagram at Sisters and Ebert. And that is also our YouTube channel name. Please comment. Let us know how you felt about Caddyshack.
Yes.
What are your opinions?
Give it a rewatch if you haven't seen it in a while. And let us know Who you're siding with on this one?
If you loved it or if you're wrong.
We'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies.